everybody. Welcome to the Creatorcast. This is season 2, episode 6, I believe. I'm not keeping track anymore. Anyway, so hi, we have Vaughnilla here. Hi. I can't
Hi.
I can't get it out easy. It's
Thanks for having me on here.
my pleasure. Thank you for coming on. So how have you been?
I'm good. I've got a margarita waiting for me after this that my girlfriend DoorDashed, so
I love that. Dude, what is it? Okay, for some reason, every time we interview people, there's a complete, unreleased video of, 10 different people on the Creatorcast at once. That they just had a whole conversation about what drinks they had waiting for them. So, I don't know. Just do a podcast, get a drink.
Well, you always do it on Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. Yeah.
You're kind of, big in this community. You're, up there with Zach, I feel like.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't want to really compare myself to the popularity of other creators in that sort of way. I just know a lot of people, and
That's fair.
I think that's just it. And Zach, I mean, he sells stuff, so everyone goes to him, and so
Yeah.
he's got that kind of. We fill different niches.
Yeah. He's the face shell father of the cosplay community, I guess.
He is the king of face shells. He made this for me. It's insane. It's got these I've never seen a finish this reflective on any sort of 3D print ever.
What file is it?
It's a custom made one that he
cool.
did for me based on I don't remember which artist, but it's from the later end of Miles' run as Ultimate Spider-Man, before he came to 616.
Yeah.
When Peter came back to life. These are based off of Peter's lenses.
That's incredible. Zach can do some crazy stuff.
And the inside, he painted the inside to be Baja Blast.
I love that.
He's crazy. I don't know how he does it.
Okay, I guess that brings me to the first question. What is it with you and Baja Blast?
I just like it. It just spiraled out of control, and I have a shirt and lenses and a Mandalorian helmet that I'll never finish based on it. But I mean, I'm the Baja guy.
Didn't you sign a can of Baja Blast?
I did. I was at a convention last month, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, Vaughnilla, and I'm like, what? What's going on? And he's like, can you sign this for me? I've never signed anything before, and he hands me this can of Baja Blast and a Sharpie, and I was like, we got a picture.
That's awesome.
But it was him and 5 other Spider-Men, and I feel so bad for not remembering their names off the top of my head. But
I've interviewed one of them, because one of them was Brad the Beppis Man.
Was it really?
Yeah. I think it's Scott Does Stuff, his cobweb suit. I don't confirm that. I have no clue.
There are so many names that, without seeing a picture, I can't tell you who they are, and I feel so bad for that. But it's just, there's a lot of Spider-Man cosplayers.
Yeah. So I had somebody reach out to me the other day. Somebody I've interviewed. I want to say a good friend, but also I consider a lot of the people I interview good friends, and I've spoken to them twice. And he sends me a picture, and he's like, "Hey, I think somebody ripped off your suit." It was a picture of yours. So apparently our suits look super similar. Here.
I mean, there's a lot of similar. So, oh my goodness, they do. I mean, red, white, and black. The Far From Home influence is always going to be there. I love red, white, and black. I use the PS4 or the PS5 red, white, and black suit for Spider-Man 2 because it's just a clean color combination. I just made a new YouTube account with my actual cosplay email, and I'm slowly uploading old Instagram reels to YouTube Shorts. and I uploaded an old video. But like I want to get into streaming, and I want to make videos of, like showing off all my suits and like stuff that you don't see in the photos. And
Yeah.
eventually I'll get that off the ground. I got a second monitor and set up OBS so I could stream potentially at some point in my life. But I want to do more.
That's awesome. I'll link your YouTube down
Oh,
below.
you don't have to. There's nothing there yet. It's not worth it right now.
Okay. I'm still probably gonna do it anyway.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna shoot you down, but people might be a little disappointed.
That's all right. We're voicing that people will be disappointed. So if they do go check, they're prepared.
It's an investment. There's nothing there yet, but there might be something there in a year.
Yeah. What about once like a year from now when your channel's all blowing up and there's a video linked there where you came on a podcast?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not in many other cosplay communities, but I don't know of another cosplay community that is like this strong and this connected and this widespread.
I've slowly been like peeking my head into like the Iron Man cosplay community. It's not. I feel like ours is a lot different because the Iron Man cosplay community, that's where I first got into cosplay, is I was trying to make an Iron Man suit. I failed spectacularly, but...
That's how you learned.
Exactly. That's where I learned that I would prefer cloth over 3D printed parts. And so, like, a lot of their stuff is, like, tech-based, and then when they finish the suit, it's kind of like the, hell yeah, you got it, you did awesome, and they're like, I want that suit. And I feel like a big part of that community is trying to one-up a lot. Like, I've noticed, like, you have Frankly Built. He's, like, the guy.
Right.
That everybody looks to. And everybody is trying to do better than that or, like, innovate their own stuff. And I feel like with our community, it's a lot more... You have an idea, even if it's crappy, do it, see how it turns out, and then build each other up.
Right.
Which I think is incredible.
I have... My view of the Iron Man community is filtered through Kenneth, K.A. Cosplay Tech. So I hear anything that he says is going on in it, and a lot of the times it's just like, this dude can sit down in his suit. This is crazy. What am I gonna do? I gotta be able to sit down in my suit.
And then is that the bugle set behind you? The Lego?
Yeah, it is. I have the bugle set and then the Statue of Liberty.
Nice.
And then some Transformers, and that, I mean, it's... My webcam can't reach over there to show it, but there's different figure setups in all the boxes of that shelf, and then my Ant-Man helmet on the bottom. And
you have an Ant-Man helmet?
I cosplayed Ant-Man.
I did not know that.
You can see my sweatpants and my slippers as I back up.
Okay.
No, this is like the first like thing that I ever made. It was 3D printed by one of my friends, but like I painted it and
that's really
made the
cool.
eyes, and it's held together with hot glue and craft foam on the inside to like hold the seams together.
Wow.
It's held up. I don't have the actual suit anymore. I actually sold it to Godzilla Mendoza.
Really?
Yeah, he messaged me. It was like 4 years ago at this point, but he messaged me. He's like, I hear you have an Ant-Man suit you're trying to get rid of. I want one. I was like, all right.
Is there, how many, like, people do you know that, like, you've wanted to know for, like, a long time that were, like, huge that you just now just casually know? Because that's, like, 3 people you mentioned so far.
I mean, there's Kai, I would love to meet Godzilla Mendoza. I kind of interact with him a little bit on Twitter. There's Evan, there's I don't really... Matthew De La Cruz is one of the big ones. He's huge. And I now own a suit that he made, which is crazy to think about because it's the nicest suit I've ever owned, and it's my favorite suit, and it's incredible. Who else? I'm drawing a blank now. But there are so many people that were inspirations to me now that are now kind of... I don't want to say equal and like belittle them and say like now we're at the same level, but like it's they inspired me, and now I've earned my table or my seat at their table kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Goddamn. What you're describing is like everything I've always dreamed of in this community.
I mean, this community is more connected than ever. So you have the I guess the people at your fingertips. I mean, you're a message away from getting people on a podcast. Like, you got me on the podcast. You got me here.
That's true. I would also like to point out to everybody watching, I got you on here with a day notice.
I don't got a lot going on right now.
It's hilarious to me how many people that's happened with, though. Like, I'll message them, they'll be like, yeah, I'm free whenever. I'll be like, are you free tomorrow? There was one person, it was a day, I think, I originally had a meeting with Capital planned, and he got sick and wasn't able to do it. So I messaged somebody, I was like, hey, are you free in an hour? It was awesome, because it was just, like, totally impromptu.
There's kind of a hurdle you have to overcome with these, I mean, larger than life cosplayers. That they're just people. They're just hanging out.
Yeah.
They post their photos, they post their stories, they make their cosplays, but they also are sitting at home in their sweatpants waiting for an Instagram DM to be on a podcast sometimes.
But okay, I do really want to ask. So you aren't, like you said before, you aren't just a Spider-Man cosplayer. You've also cosplayed the Flash.
Right.
That suit is awesome.
Yeah, like, it's my own custom design. I saw. I'm sorry. I don't want to hijack your train of thought. If you had like a specific question.
Not at all.
Okay, so I saw like on the CW show he has like the time travel device that straps to his chest and like makes a little X.
Yeah.
And I was like, why not make it the lightning bolt pattern on his suit? And then I did it, and now I have a Flash suit, and I've met Grant Gustin at a convention.
What?
It was very quick and disappointing, but I got a picture with him. Oh, with the Beyblade.
Wait, what?
The Beyblade on my floor. It came
gosh,
out under the Ant-Man helmet. I won a Beyblade tournament last year at a convention dressed as Deku.
Wow.
And like I love My Hero Academia, but I'm not a big fan of the culture, the fandom surrounding it. So I won, and the guy hosting the tournament was like, "All right, Deku, give us a big plus ultra." And like all my friends are in the front row. They're like, "Yeah, Deku, give us a plus ultra." And I'm like, plus ultra. And that haunts me in my sleep.
I love that. That sounds socially horrifying, but I love that.
It was. Don't you worry, it was.
I realize like a lot of this hasn't been like the questions and stuff I usually do. It's just been a conversation, which is great. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I wanted to ask, out of all your suits that you've done, all like the Spidey cosplays, which one's your favorite, if you had to choose?
I have a lot of different favorites for a lot of different reasons. I love the red and black Matthew DC suit because it's the nicest suit I've owned. It's the best I will ever look in a Spider-Man suit. It's comfortable, it's high quality, it's perfect. And then I also love like my McLean based suit with the zipper around the waist, because that is also so comfortable, and I can go to the bathroom in it and it looks really good. And I also love my red and black and white suit that's my custom design that I designed with my friend Yotaku, because it means a lot to me, and it is me.
Yeah.
And you know, I have a love for my 7-piece suit that I made in when did I make that? 2020, 2019? I made it when I was going through a tough time, and I did it to occupy my time, and that suit means a lot to me because it's a good looking suit, I think, and it helped me through hardship, I guess.
I totally
I can't pick just one. But if I had to pick just one, the red and black Matthew DC suit.
I love that I can't pick one, but here's my one.
I mean, I gotta answer the question. I can't just be like, no favorites. I love all my kids. But I do love all my kids.
See, I once in a different interview, it was with I think it was with Ash's Archive. She couldn't decide who her favorite Spider-Man was, which of the 3 live action. And I tried to get an answer, and she wouldn't give me one. So for the title of the video, her quote, I just put, "Why do you hate Tobey?" So payback.
I feel like, from what I've seen of her, I feel like her favorite is Andrew.
It is. She won't say it, but it is.
Well, she's right, so.
Okay. I don't have to ask the question of who's your favorite live action.
Is it not obvious based on what I post?
That's true.
There's a reason why I've never done a Raimi suit.
Do you not like Tobey Maguire?
He's not my favorite.
Oh my gosh, same. Oh my god. Wait.
I think that I rant about this on Twitter a lot. I don't like going on Twitter, but it's a good way to pass time. I think Tobey's movies are his first 2 movies. His first movie is really good. I think that's the best he's ever been as an adaptation is in his first movie. Spider-Man 2 is a good movie. It's a bad adaptation. I don't think it captures Peter Parker. I don't think it captures Mary Jane. I don't think it captures Harry Osborn. I think Doc Ock is cool though. And then 3 is just I can't stand 3.
Wow. See, I agreed with you, but now I don't.
Oh.
3 was an amazing movie.
No, this revisionist history about 3 is crazy to me.
It's not revisionist. It's because I grew up with 3.
It came out. Everyone said, this is the worst superhero movie ever made. It's horrible. And then instead of... It's not even revisionist history. It's just worse movies have come out. And so the standard has lowered. And so Spider-Man 3, the bar has gotten lower than Spider-Man 3 because of movies like The Flash and Thor Love and Thunder and other bad movies that I don't want to name because I don't want to start controversy and get people to yell at me. Well,
okay. I get that. But also for me, I've always loved Spider-Man 3 because when I was 5, so I was born the year Spider-Man 3 came out. So that was the movie I grew up with.
I'm so old.
I was about to say, do you feel old?
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then I had
10 years older than you.
Costume. Did you say you're 10 years older than me?
Yeah, I was born in 1997.
All right. Yeah, I can see why you might think that way then. I want to I've posted one post in my suit. I just got it, by the way. So that's kind of why I am so excited. I want to get to the point where somebody comes up to me wanting to know, knowing that it's me.
Are you on multiple different platforms? Because if people come up to me and they're like, I know you from Twitter, that ruins my day.
No, I'm on Instagram.
You're Jake from Instagram. Okay, those are good platforms to be known from.
Yeah. I have no desire to go on Twitter.
Bad.
I don't know. Well, it's so funny because I'll hear there's so many people who have come on here that are like, oh, I'll just spend couple hours on Twitter just waiting for something to happen.
I don't do that. I check it between sets at the gym and when I'm in the bathroom. That's about it. But it's still not a good place to be on.
No, I'm all Instagram.
Good.
But yeah, it's because I don't know. I don't understand Twitter. That's another big thing. Is pictures, cool. It's awesome. You just get to show off your awesome stuff. Words, how?
Listen, I have a lot of thoughts. I need somewhere to put them. I need people to tell me that they're wrong. I need to put out Tobey Maguire sucks, and I need people to yell at me.
People will.
They will.
What would you like for the quote at the end, and for the title? Because we always got to put one, but I can't think of anything from this interview that would make it like perfect.
You haven't asked about it, but the quote can be, "I'm never finishing the Mandalorian armor."
I was actually just about to ask about it. That was the next thing I had.
No, it's not. I'm never finishing it. This is the only complete piece, and it doesn't even have like the visor in it.
Why?
So I followed a tutorial that I saw on TikTok to like make the armor pieces, and it was cut out of like a big plastic bin, and like I finished all the pieces, and then when I got to like mounting them to the bodysuit, they were flexible, and I guess the paint that I used hadn't adhered properly or something, but when they flexed, the paint just like chipped off like paper, and so I have to completely start over, and all I have is a helmet. The armor is in a trash bag in my closet in the hallway, but it will never see the light of day again.
All right, you need 3D printed pieces.
I do, but I don't have the commitment to sand that much. As I grow in my cosplay career, because I've been making this stuff for 10 years, I want to find easier and easier ways to do things. And if you say, if you want to make this armor, you have to sand every piece until it's polished and smooth and whatever, I'm gonna be like, I'll do something else. I'll do another classic suit.
Also, I'd like to point out you started cosplay when you were my age.
I did.
That's crazy.
You could be me one day.
Wow. I already have your suit.
You're like 6 years ahead of me then, because I didn't have a red, white, and black suit until a while.
Damn. No, this is for a fan film, so.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Hopefully, I've been saying that for like a year and a half. Actually, I don't think it's even been that long. It's a fan series that me and my cousin are making. Well, that I'm making that my cousin is starring in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Spider-Man: The Fight of Our Lives.
Keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. It'll be a while. We started a GoFundMe and also a tier on our Patreon for it.
Okay.
Is not going well. It's okay. It'll be fine.
You'll either maybe you'll get $600,000 and make a fan film that goes down in infamy, or maybe not.
Here's the thing. Okay, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I already had this conversation with somebody else. I feel like a lot of people would have been hating on Lotus a lot less if without the controversy surrounding it. Like, it wasn't a good film. But I think people would have been a lot less critical of it if that controversy hadn't happened.
I want to agree, but there's also like Harry Osborn's first line is like a racist joke.
Oh, what? Really?
So, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know how. I know it is a joke at the expense of Asian people, but I don't want to say it because I don't know the severity of how they would react to it. But it is a joke at the expense of Asian people.
Jeez, I didn't know that. If the film wasn't racist, it would have been a good film.
I don't think so. Because he's like,
you're right,
crying about his dead girlfriend to this dying child. Like, it's not good.
I shouldn't have said good, but it would have been better, I feel like.
I can praise the ambition, and that's as far as I can go for praising it.
Praise the suit.
I can praise the suit. I have thoughts on the suit, but I don't want to critique it because, I mean, it was made by the community, and it's minuscule nitpicks that don't matter, but it's not my cup of tea for a classic suit.
For me, it's just the lenses.
The lenses are my favorite part.
I prefer more like that art behind you. I can't remember the artist, and I'm blanking on it right now. That is my favorite, like, kind of rendition of Spider-Man.
Okay. I don't know who did that art. I just got that today. I haven't hung it up yet.
Oh, okay. It's whoever did a part of the Superior Spider-Man run. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, is it? It's not Humberto Ramos, is it?
I was gonna say I think it is Ramos.
Oh, I love his art. He's doing the new Spider-Man comic.
Is he really?
With Peter and Miles, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. But
Or
yeah,
the Spectacular Spider-Man.
I love that. I'm excited to see how that goes, but at the same time, I'm so bored of Spider-Man comics.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we have like less than 5 minutes left, but I'm gonna go on this little rant real quick.
Go for it.
I feel like the comics are having the same issue that the MCU is. Spider-Man is supposed to be a street-level character.
Yes.
That is all he has ever been supposed to be. He has constantly now been going into multiversal crossovers, stuff in space. He gained the power of cosmic. I don't.
Yeah, I mean that was like in decades ago.
Well, yes, but they're trying. But still, the point still stands that he's done this incredible stuff. I feel like it's really hard for them to make him low level now.
Yeah, I mean he's also like canonically incredibly strong, and he held up the entire Daily Bugle for an amount of time while it collapsed, and so I think it's hard to be like he's one of the strongest characters ever, but he pulls his punches so he can fight street level criminals, and he's so popular, but he's never with the Avengers. Like you can't kind of do something like that when you have someone so strong and so popular. You have to put him in as much as you can and have him do as much as he can because of that.
That's true. But I feel like
unfortunate.
In the comics, like I feel like we have a Spider-Verse event. Like I feel like we've had a Spider-Verse event like every couple of years now.
Oh yeah.
Since
it will for the next 5 years at least.
And I'm like, it's like the movies I think is fine. Like that's a whole different thing because those are great. But like the comics, it's we can never have Peter be happy. We can't ever let him move on, and we have to keep him in like cosmic stuff.
I mean, the idea that everybody in the world has had ever since Miles came to 616 was to have Peter be like an older Spider-Man with Mary Jane, and let him be a 35-year-old man because he is. And let him have a kid, and let him have a wife, and let Miles be the small teenage Spider-Man that is doing whatever. And I think Miles has even aged out of that teenage role at this point. I think he's like 19 or 20 in the comics now.
Jeez.
And so he's rapidly leaving that spot that he should fill, and Peter is just there.
I feel like it needs to be okay for them to not have a kid be like they just I say just, it was a while ago, and I'm not sure if he's even still around, but Spider-Boy.
Oh, he is.
He is? Okay. Like I said, I just picked up the comic. I don't know. But like I feel like it needs to be okay for us not to have that, because like I understand it's for like the younger audience to like have somebody to relate to, but I feel like by this point there are already so many characters that haven't aged that they could use.
I also don't think kids are reading comics. I think the only people reading comics are adults, are people our age that, you know, have a passion for these characters, that saw the movie and want to read more. Because no like 8 or 9-year-old is gonna go, I want to read Spider-Man comics because I saw Spider-Man in a movie. They're gonna be like, I want to watch the Spider-Man cartoon. I want to watch another Spider-Man movie. I want to play the Spider-Man game. Like, and maybe I'm just so disconnected from like people who read comics. But
yeah.
everyone I know in real life that read comics is my age, and maybe that's because I don't talk to people younger than me. I don't go around talking to 9-year-olds about what comics they're reading, so maybe I don't know if they relate to Bailey Briggs' Spider-Boy.
Yeah, from what I know, the Spidey I relate to, it's Peter. That's baseline. It's either Peter or Gwen. I feel like this might be a super controversial opinion, but I feel like we need a comic run where Peter dies. And I feel like it needs to be an actual run and just let it happen.
I mean, that's what Ultimate was until they brought him back in
exactly, but
2014.
They're like, that's why I feel like they need to set it in a separate universe or something. Oh wait, that is exactly what they did with Ultimate. But make my thought is just.
Well, he's also immortal in Ultimate, and Miles is immortal. Did you know Miles is immortal?
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I don't know if they retconned his origin when he came to 616, but his ultimate origin is the spider that bit him is made with the same formula that made Norman Osborn the Green Goblin, and the same formula that bit Peter. And so Norman, Peter, Ultimate Peter, and Miles are immortal because Norman got shot in the head. He's died 3 times, I think, throughout that run.
Yeah.
Came back every time. He's immortal. Peter died. He came back. He's immortal. He ran off with MJ. And then Miles, I don't know if he's ever had a death experience, but supposedly he is immortal as well.
But real quick, like you said with the Miles growing older thing and slowly going out of that role. In the Spider-Geddon event, which I think that was 4 years ago? I frankly have no clue.
Has there been more than one Spider-Geddon? I feel like there has. Okay. I might be confusing it with some other Spider-Verse event then.
I don't know. There's so many. Whenever it was in that run, Miles got the Power Cosmic, or the Captain Universe powers.
Yeah.
And that, when he was using those, in the previous Spider-Verse event, the Peter that, kept those powers and developed them, into his 30s and everything, he died.
Okay.
And he was killed off by, the father of the inheritors or whatever. Miles held his own against him. It's incredible. And I feel like that just shows that, he has that maturity. I feel like he's almost surpassed Peter.
Probably. I like Miles more than Peter, especially the only Peter that I like more than his equivalent Miles is Into the Spider-Verse Peter.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you dislike him or just like him less?
No, I just relate to that Peter so much.
Gotcha.
I am a 37-year-old man.
I feel that. Oh, whoa. Okay. We're over the hour mark, so I have 2 last questions that we need to ask every episode.
Okay.
1, what do you think will happen to Spider-Man 2099 when the year 2099 rolls around?
I've thought about that a lot. I think they're just going to change him to 3099.
Really? Interesting.
That seems like the only... It's either that or he's just not going to exist anymore. By that point, he's going to fall into irrelevancy.
Well, I've thought about it a ton. They're not going to get rid of Peter. From what we've seen, they're never getting rid of Peter.
Right.
So, is it just going to be that... I don't know. Or maybe they'll just make Miguel, part of the continuity and just make them so they're both Spider-Man. So we have Miles, Peter, and Miguel all at the same time.
I think that they'll just shifting timeline it, and just say he's Spider-Man 3099, because that's what they do when other comic events are tied to actual
That's
real
true.
world.
All right, and my last question: what is your favorite restaurant?
Do you even have to ask?
Yes.
I actually don't know. I go to Taco Bell a lot, but that's because it's comfort food. I think my favorite restaurant is there's this restaurant right around the corner from my apartment called Beer Barrel, and it's this really nice pizza place. It's probably there.
Awesome. All right. Well, Jake, thank you very much for coming on. This has been a really fun episode.
Yeah, I've had a great time. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for watching season 2, episode 6. We'll be back next Sunday. Be sure to check out the Instagram, other channels, everything that's linked below. And if you feel like supporting us, our Patreon is a great way. $2 a month, and you get the full hour-long videos. But yeah, check it out. Thank you all. Bye.